Hi everyone, welcome back to Farida's Sri Lankan recipes. Today we're making curry chicken or chicken curry. This is all the ingredients you're going to need. This type of chicken here is from the Sri Lankan store. You can only buy it there. In Tamil it's called Oor Koli. It's basically a tougher, chewier meat, a lot more flavorful than the broiler chickens you'll find in regular grocery stores. I would suggest you use this. It's not a rooster, but a type of hen. Then there's garlic and ginger, cinnamon, cardamom, cloves, chilies, green chilies, tomatoes diced. And then you have some curry leaves to the side there. There it is. So a handful of curry leaves and pandan leaves and 3 onions, 3 medium-sized red onions diced. You turn the ginger and the garlic into a paste, grind it up, and make it into a very creamy paste like shown above before you start everything else. Get about 3 teaspoons of coconut oil going. Let it heat up. Then you add the cinnamon, about 5 stalks, 5 cardamoms, about 5 to 6 cloves. Let it heat. Mix it up in there, start browning it a little bit. At this point, you add 1 teaspoon of mustard seed, 1 teaspoon of fennel, and 1 teaspoon of fenugreek. You'll see how that mustard seed is popping over there. There's the fennel, and then there's the fenugreek. Now you add your onions, finely diced onions. Yep, mix them up, get them all in there, and let them brown. When it looks like this, you add the green chilies. You can see that the onions are slightly cooked already, but they're not quite browned yet. And now they're all browned. Add the paste that you previously made of the garlic and the ginger into the mixture. Get them really mixed up in there. Now you add the curry leaves and the 2 quarter-sized pieces of pandan leaves or pandan leaf bits. Mix that in there as well. You'll start to smell the aroma of the coconut oil and all of these ingredients. It'll be really full. And when it's closer to fully being browned, you add the diced tomatoes, 2 diced Roma tomatoes into the mixture. When it looks like this, you add the chicken. You have to leave the lid closed with all these mixtures for a little bit for it to brown a little faster and cook a little faster. Then you add the chicken. You see how this chicken is really fresh and it looks tough. It's very meaty. After adding the chicken, you add about 1.5 to 2 teaspoons of salt. Again, to taste, some people like more salt, some like less. So if you would prefer less salt, that's really up to you. Add that in and mix it into this chicken. And then you add 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder. Make sure to fully mix all of the ingredients into the chicken so that it's all evenly distributed, and then close the lid. No need to add any water at this point. Turn the heat down to medium and let it simmer, because the chicken will just see how, when you have cooked it for about 10-15 minutes, this is what it will look like. The chicken gives water all on its own. At this point, you add the curry powder. We're adding 4 teaspoons, but our family, we have absolutely no feeling in our tongue anymore. We eat tons of spice, so we can handle it. But if you can't handle that, you could reduce the amount of curry powder to taste whatever is most comfortable for you. Add that much and mix again. Again, at this point, we have not added any water to this mixture. Now you'd add some water. This is when you can see that the curry powder is a little thinned out and mixed into or diluted into the chicken itself. You add the cup of water and then mix that thoroughly. Turn the heat just a little bit higher, close the lid, let it simmer again for another 10-15 minutes. When you see the liquid separating from the oil just a little bit around the edges there, you see it. When it gets like that, it's usually done. Keep in mind, this type of chicken needs to be cooked a lot longer than the chicken you would buy at a grocery store, the broiler type. There are no preservatives or anything in this. You could let it cook longer and reduce, or you could take it off the heat right then. But once you're done, turn off the heat, or right before you turn off the heat, add the mixture. This is a fragrance mixture at the end there. You don't have to add it. It's just really for the smell only. And there you go. You have curry chicken, or Oor Koli. And the final step is 2 teaspoons of lemon. That's after you turn the stove off. And you can have this with rice, with roti, just about anything. Enjoy.